Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine HyVee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
I'm always worried about the music playing overhead in case the copyright police are watching. So I don't know if you know how that works. And welcome to the show, by the way. It's Hy-Vee Today. It's Monday, June 8th. But if you're playing music that's copyrighted, sometimes Facebook tells you don't own the copyrights to whatever song that was. And it's like, of course we don't. We're sitting in a restaurant that has music. I feel like we should be okay at this point. But we have had that happen a couple of times where after a show ends, Facebook will say, part of your show was muted. And maybe that's good news, but it's not. And then I send a little thing and I'm like, listen, I know I don't own the rights to Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen or whatever the song, insert song. But we're just, and then like weeks later, and I just had one come through actually, not like maybe a week and a half ago, they have released the claim. Yes, thank you. I'm not trying to steal any of the songs that play in the background, so that's just funny. I hope you had a good weekend. It's nice to be in here in the Market Grill Express, which is very much open for business, so keep that in mind. It feels good, a lot of daylight pouring through these big old windows. And there's like a tropical storm on the way. So it's going to be 91 today. And then there's maybe a tropical storm on the way tomorrow. I don't know. So pay attention to the weather. And hopefully it's going to rain, I think, is what I've taken away from that. I cut my grass yesterday. I did the thing where we have to move the trampoline. And I don't know if you have a trampoline or if you've had one, but if you don't, I don't move it that often. So the grass under my trampoline was like 13 feet high. And that was kind of a nightmare to cut it, but it's done. It's kind of like when you're driving along the highway and you see, I don't know if it's parts of 61 or 38. You're like, is the county going to cut the grass? Because it's getting a little high. So I did that yesterday, moved the trampoline, cut it down. Looks way, way better. So I'm happy about that. Not happy to cut the grass because it's a workout. But happy that it's over. And then if a tropical storm does come through, what's a little rain going to do? Nothing. It's going to be fine, right? We'll be okay. All right, I'm going to mention a couple of things that I want to show you, and then we're going to get to our first guest. Stephanie says you can't hear the music. Good. That's good, Stephanie. I had Brad actually ran over and turned it down, so we don't want to get zapped. Let me know if you can ever hear the tunes, so we'll get it muted so that they don't get the little claim on us. So we have an ad that starts today. That you'll see in print tomorrow, but it'll be online certainly. So if you're watching the show live today on Monday, June 8th, or if you see it later today or even tomorrow, just know that this ad is good to go at both this store and Hy-Vee Main Street downtown. So a couple of things to point out. The purified drinking water, $1.88. I need one of those for the garage fridge. Ballpark hot dogs, always a good deal. Seasoned pork chops, you don't even have to season them. They're seasoned with the Fat Boys rub at our store, which is great. Sturzing's potato chips, made in Burlington, 2 for $5. Yellow onions, That's Smart ice cream, Powerade, Hy-Vee bagels, Twizzlers, some hand sanitizer because that's still a thing that we get asked about. Premium hanging baskets, we lowered the price on those, so pick those up. And then at Wine and Spirits, you can see several deals from Modelo, Corona to Screwball, Jack Daniels, Smirnoff, and then a 20-cent fuel saver if you purchase 4 6-pack of beer made in Iowa. Below that, talking about flu shots, shingle shots, still have those, and a fuel saver in the Market Grill and at the Main Street Grill downtown. So there's a lot going on there, and just keep in mind that all of those deals are good to go at the top, okay? Aisles Online. So we were talking about this before the show started. Same day availability. Like right now, if you were like, oh my gosh, I need groceries, can I order them with Hy-Vee Aisles Online? I already checked. The answer is yes, you can. So download the app or go to Hy-Vee.com/grocery for same day pickup. It's super convenient. Twice last week, I had a text sent to me from my wife that said there's an order to take home. And I, just like everybody else, I walked out to my car and then I went through our pickup process, which is drastically improved over the last 3 months, and I waited about 2.5 minutes from pickup to getting loaded, and that was awesome. If you need sandals or shoes, the DSW shoes and sandals here at the store are going quickly. I would say don't hesitate. I know it might seem weird to have shoes and sandals in Hy-Vee, but this is a partnership because a lot of places that were selling shoes and sandals were closed or still kind of slow to reopen. So 50% off. So the price on the box, take 50% off of that. That's what you're going to pay. My coworker Steve Graham and I talking about flip-flops, because that's what you talk about when you work closely to somebody in an office. And he's like, hey, I need to get a pair of flip-flops. And I was like, you shouldn't wait. And guess what? They don't have his size anymore. So they're selling, y'all, right? And if it seems weird, I get it. But that's a great example right there. That shoe that's $39.99, right? So half of that, $20, right? Round it up to $40, cut it in half. That's the deal. And if they still have some of those umbrellas, I don't know. But if you spend $40, you're going to get an umbrella for free. All right. Last thing I'll just mention is the Seasons magazine is available. It's new for the month of June, as it is every single month. Check that out. Next time you're in the store, you can take it home with you. It's free, and there's a lot of great ideas to be found in there. Okay, let's get to our guest who's patiently waiting. Megan Francis is here with Vision 2020. It's interim deputy director with Vision 2020. I got that right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was going to say, I had made a note, and I'm like, I can say that without stumbling all over myself.
Yeah.
So
it's taking a little bit to
get
that tag with there.
It's like maybe you might need like an extra long business card because it's kind of a title. Right?
I do have business cards I have to go pick up. That's a reminder.
Wow. Look at that. So the last time you were here, you announced that was happening and have since made the move.
Yep.
So how are things going? Is it 3 weeks now or how long?
Yeah, well, no,
Is it a month?
Today, well, the 4th.
Okay. Wow.
So, yeah, it's been a little bit over a month.
Holy moly. It doesn't seem like it's been that long.
No, it does not seem like it's been that long.
So how has it been going? So, and maybe just for the folks that are watching, explain a little bit about Vision 2020 and how it's been for you, and then we'll kind of talk about some events that are coming up.
Yeah, definitely. So Vision 2020 is a collaborative effort for the organization and long-term sustainability of some of our nonprofits in town. So I personally am working very closely with Muscatine Welfare Association and Senior Resources. We're also collaborating with Crossroads and then MCSA.
Awesome.
And with Crossroads and Senior Resources have both had interim directors.
Okay.
And both of those interim directors, Jim Hayes and Pete DeGabriel, Joni Axel, are kind of working the management of Senior Resources, are moving out of those positions. And so Cheryl Plank, the CEO for Vision 2020, will step into those executive director roles. But it's really, I mean, the work being done with these groups, they really partner well.
Sure.
And collaborate well. And so where can we share resources to have the best resources in town and be able to give the best services and utilize funders' money the best way for those services.
It makes total sense for Vision 2020 to be, to exist because you're able to connect the dots in a lot of ways. And I think it's fascinating to talk about this stuff because this is a lot of the behind the scenes back end work that people may not know is happening. And it's very important to me to have you on and talk about the work that's going on. Because for a lot of folks, they may just know someone that utilizes services or have someone that goes to Senior Resources, or maybe they volunteered with Meals on Wheels, but they don't understand all of the inner workings. And that's okay that they don't, but it's definitely a group effort.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, Muscatine Welfare Association, I don't know if I know anything about.
Yeah, and they do housing for those with disabilities.
Okay.
So a little, they're not known as much.
Sure.
But definitely ways to collaborate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been interesting. It's been an interesting month. I obviously have already worked with these companies.
Sure.
I was on the original board for Vision 2020, so knew what was going on, but just the work that everybody's doing in these places, it's really exciting to be able to help support them, come up with new ideas, help connect things. And the pandemic, the food pandemic pantry, I mean, it's such a great example of how collaborations coming together and helping, and Muscatine does that so well.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah, one thing that Muscatine does really, really well is coming together for a cause to help people. And then Senior Resources is really picking up the next side of that, is that pantry kind of winds down and those meal services wind down to make sure that those seniors who are still in that susceptible group and will be, for a while, that they're still getting those hot meals that they need. If you don't have meals, a lot of things go out of whack.
Well, and that's so interesting. Before we started, we were talking about, and I was saying how busy this place was on Thursday and Friday, which is fine that people are venturing out and hopefully still practicing social distancing. I think that for some of us, we're going to assume everything is okay and go back to our routines. But for a lot of those folks, like seniors, they are going to continue to, self-isolate or practice social distancing more so than others. So I just hope that for people that are watching, they don't forget that there is a group, and it's not just one group, but certainly for the context of this conversation, there's a group of folks that are not going to be as out and about. And that's okay, right? Like, there should be no rush. Nobody should want to be first on, like, having a huge gathering or whatever the case may be. Like, there's not going to be an award for that. If anything, being mindful will help us, prevent or slow down any type of second wave.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great point. So if you're watching, I just don't want you to assume, like, well, it seems like they're kind of wrapping up these food programs. Yeah, but there's still people that are hungry and they could use help.
And that's the important thing too, is that, working on what pieces of those need to be sustainable. I mean, a large bulk of it, obviously the goal is that they are getting back to work, that there are some things that, it was a temporary fix, and that's the goal with many of them. And the ones who it is not, is where we need to figure out where that long-term sustainability is. So
yeah, and that's when Nicole Sorgenfrey was here last week, and she said that how many seniors they've identified that were in poverty. It was staggering, the amount. That they had no idea until the pandemic hit. So we want to make sure that those folks are okay. The tough side of still dealing with the pandemic is places like Senior Resources have had excellent annual events. And they created this picnic. I mean, it was like a barbecue contest. I know because 6-7 years ago, I was live on the radio from Discovery Park, and they were doing barbecue and judging, and then it kind of evolved into an event that would happen around City Hall downtown. So Megan, what's the plan for this year? Because that's kind of changed a little bit, right?
So it kind of evolved into, and last year we were really excited that it really became this community picnic, and we had a band out and everything, but couldn't have it as planned this year. So we are putting together, and July 18th is the date. And it will be a drive-through pickup. We're still going to have some fun elements to it. So it's definitely worth getting those who are comfortable in the car, want to go out and see some, to come through and get your food. And it's going to be at the Rendezvous. So that kind of nice drive-through. Cindy Carver is on the Senior Resources Board. So it's a great way, and there's lots of room out there. So if we do get backed up a little bit, hopefully not disrupting too many days. She's got a lot of room out there, and but we can do a drive-through and still support. There's a lot of important programming. The Adult Day Center has not reopened, but we still have a staff that is reaching out to those, doing some safety checks, just doing some lifting spirits, checking in with people, because that's really important. But our Meals on Wheels is really picking up chore work, just a lot of great programs.
Well, and that's just it. So that's July 18th, which is a Saturday, and I know that because July 11th I'm at the Rendezvous DJing a wedding, oddly enough, as luck would have it. So back-to-back Saturdays can spend at the Rendezvous. It's a great location for something like that. And if you're watching and you have gone to the last several years of picnics and events supporting Senior Resources, please hear that. Is there a time frame yet? Do we know?
I think the 11 to 1. There's a few things being kind of put together tomorrow. So a little early on some of the details, but about 11 to 1, which is when it's been before. It's at lunch hour.
Yeah, that's a good time frame. Lieutenant Greg Bach says hi, by the way. So does Sue Ryan.
Hi. Hi.
So, anybody else want to say hi to
I know.
Megan? Leave a comment, and I will read that because we love if you interact, and because I've got it right here. I've got the stream, so please feel free. And they're both great people, right? Holy
Yes.
moly, Lieutenant Bach and Sue Ryan.
It's funny. I was in here on Saturday night,
Yeah.
grabbing a few things, and I saw Lieutenant Bach across the store, and it was just a little too quiet, but I almost did a yell, Greg!
You should. He
I
would
know.
have loved
I
that.
texted him later. I was like, I almost yelled across the
He
store.
was probably buying more shoes. Do you know that this guy?
But he was wearing shorts.
Oh.
And I did hear his interview about the shorts. So,
Interesting.
Greg, you were caught.
He totally picked up 5 pairs of shoes the other day.
Nice.
And he was like, these are all for me. And I was like, listen, that's fine. You like Sperry shoes? We've got them. I appreciate it. Let's see. So MCSA. So again, Vision 2020, working well with all of these organizations to help them. And MCSA, the big thing for them coming up is the fireworks.
Yeah.
Tent. So and then I'm going to comment on something that I had just kind of heard about later, but the fireworks tent, I think it's the 4th annual fireworks tent, 4th or 5th, maybe, I think it's the 4th, yeah. It's right on the screen. They're looking for volunteers. So this started as an idea, when fireworks were legal in Iowa. And it has really turned into an event that raises a lot of money for MCSA. I mean, don't quote me, but $20,000 to $40,000 is kind of what they're looking at.
Yeah.
So how will Vision 2020 support MCSA? I mean, are you going to buy a bunch of bottle rockets, or what's the plan? Do you just show up and
definitely
give me a truckload of Roman candles, or what?
Well, and the nice thing about the collaboration is it just opens that network. So I'm hoping to get some extra volunteers from all of the
Perfect.
organizations.
Okay.
Any way that we can open our networks and find more people to help out is a benefit. So yeah, I'm going to be there helping out, of course.
It's intense.
I've always been there, and I've always purchased. Sunnybrook's come out and purchased before, so definitely supported. But hey, now I can probably spend some more hours out there.
I think it's the first day, it's a lot of work, and we had a football team last year, and it was hot. But we got it done, and there's a semi truck, and the Bellino Fireworks Company, they've really got it down to a science. They'll build this tent kind of straight out from where we're doing the show, and then it's just all hands on deck. But if you're watching, I know for sure a couple of things. I saw Scott Dahlke last week, and he said, and I don't know if they're still looking, but they were looking for someone in a paid position to kind of really manage the tent. And then everybody else is a volunteer.
Yeah.
So there is a paid opportunity out there. If you're looking, please contact MCSA.
Yep.
But otherwise, Megan, it's all volunteers.
It is.
And
Yep.
it's the only fireworks tent. Because my thing is listen, I'm pro fireworks if you're responsible, be safe. But if you can buy fireworks, this is the only place in the county that you can purchase fireworks from and support an organization like MCSA.
Yep.
It's not somebody coming in from out of town with, Joe Don's fireworks, and they're here for a week and they're gone.
Right.
This is, and it's all, 99% of it is staffed by volunteers. So that's a big deal.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
and it's a fun tent to come in and buy from and to hang out. I mean, with the volunteers, it's just it's a good feeling about. And then we kind of need a few good feelings right now.
We
So,
really do. And last year, the selection
And they'll
was
just
great.
randomly throw it at my feet, and it just rocks my life.
Certainly how, look at Scott with those fire. Look at that platinum assortment last year.
Look at that.
Woo! And especially with, 99% of the 4th of July events being canceled.
Yeah.
If you're going to be at home or going to somebody's house or going out of town, get some fireworks.
Yeah.
'Cause you're supporting a good cause at the same time. I mean, it just makes sense to me.
Yeah.
And the 4th of July is quickly approaching.
Yeah.
We're less than a month away. Isn't that nuts?
That is
just
crazy.
saying that. It's June 8th right now. It's
know.
wild. And speaking of things that are coming up, so Alzheimer's Walk, are we still doing it in August? What is it, August?
August 15th.
15th. Okay, so the plans have not changed yet?
Not totally. There's a
Okay.
few things kind of moving around. As
Okay.
we get closer and closer, there's always kind of that guess of, is it really still a good idea to be out and together? How social distance? With some of the protests going on too, don't want to take or confuse from any of those messages either.
Sure.
So that's
Sure.
just become a conversation of, what is the best event right now? So stay tuned with that. There will be some virtual options. What's important is the message. So we are still doing registrations. Our thanks for pulling that up, Chad. Our Muscatine Walk to End Alzheimer's Facebook page. There are some great communities and teams doing fundraisers that we've
Awesome.
posted up there, so getting connected to them. A big one every Wednesday is a Wear and Walk Wednesday. So wear your purple, and I've seen you have a purple Hy-Vee shirt.
I do.
Wear them on Wednesday, get out and walk, and it's been so beautiful.
Sure.
That alone too shows people that you support the community. Snap some pictures, put them on our webpage, share. I know Sunnybrook has been warming up with their team, and there's video on there. So
It's great, and
yeah,
I
a
love
lot of
that. The
good.
best $100 T-shirt you'll ever earn. So
Yeah.
great incentive for people that are participating, that are fundraising to
Yep.
earn that shirt, which again fits in with Alzheimer's in the color, but also for Muscatine, the
Yeah.
purple works really well.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, and of course, that's an event that really took off again after a couple of years away from being in town, and it's important because there are quite a few people affected, from caregivers to individuals that are dealing with it. There's the website, by the way. So if you want to donate, you can do that. You can see that there is 14 teams signed up as of right now.
Yep.
And the website's anymore, from your phone,
Yeah.
you could do all of
Yeah.
this, right?
Yep, and it doesn't cost anything to register.
Sure.
So you can get registered right away. But when you fundraise that first $100, you earn that shirt. You can earn other prizes. That website makes it super easy to connect to your social media. And I connected it to my social media in a week. I said, friends, I ask you either to sign up and walk with me,
Sure.
or to support me. And the interesting thing about Alzheimer's is that you never know who's affected.
Right.
So I had friends from California who saw that, donated, and I raised $260 in a weekend.
Whoa.
And from people who I didn't know had a connection.
Sure.
By putting it out there, and then they were like, thank you for supporting. So, those are easy, even without leaving your house. You can do it on your lunch break today.
Yeah.
Don't do it while you're driving, but you can,
Right. Be smart
Right
about it. But
before.
that's such a beautiful side of social media, to be able to connect with people from afar that
Yeah.
you didn't know, and then even locally. And I can't even imagine that page we were looking at in that picture, it's already a struggle, but then you add a pandemic
right.
into things, and caring for people just becomes
And we were,
even more complex.
one of the things with Alzheimer's and memory loss is that routine is critical. That's what they thrive on.
Right.
And we all know it.
Yep.
That our routines were just thrown out the window, and how many
totally.
people couldn't figure out what day it was. And
Sure.
that can be the confusion of memory loss. And then put on that, now you're isolated, your whole routine. If you normally went out to the store every Tuesday,
Right.
and that was your outing, and you walked around, and now you can't. It's a really tough struggle, and right now is a time that they really need support.
Absolutely. And look at that, virtual support groups.
Yep.
So there's still resources, right? Just
Yes.
because things are different in the world doesn't mean that there's not ways to connect folks and to help. And, certainly locally, we've done a great job. And that's why I think we need to have whatever the event ends up looking like. I'm just happy that we're still pushing towards the ultimate goal, which is, bringing in resources to help people throughout Muscatine County that are dealing with that.
Yep, and if you like that Facebook page, there are also some virtual classes. So
Perfect.
learning
Okay.
about the signs of Alzheimer's
Sure.
and new research. So the Alzheimer's Association is doing a great job of keeping all of that
Yeah, I'm glad that
active,
they're-
even in a virtual environment.
And a lot of people have had to adapt and do it quickly and uncharted territory, but it seems like they've got, good resources to do it, but also in Muscatine County, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of good work that's happened here.
Yep.
Is there anything else that we need to mention? So we've touched on senior resources, kind of adjusting the picnic to July 18th and a drive-through, MCSA fireworks tent. Beautiful butterfly just flew by the window, by the way. MCSA fireworks tent coming up soon.
Don't go near the spider web.
Please don't come. But there's also a really big spider web down there. MCSA fireworks tent coming soon in the parking lot here at Hy-Vee. There is news, and I don't know if I should say, but there is news connected to the annual New Beginnings fundraiser. Have you heard about that yet?
Well, I'm on the same group with you, so I haven't heard.
So I don't know whether or not I'm supposed to say that the event may or may not be happening, but they definitely, please keep the MCSA Domestic Violence Shelter in mind if you're feeling generous or if you were going to go to the New Beginnings event.
Keep that.
There'll be some news on that very soon. I don't want to say anything and then get yelled at.
Yep.
I'm not going to really get yelled at.
No.
But I don't want to have awkward conversations with people
right.
that are like, you weren't supposed to say what you said. But just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
But is there anything else you want to mention?
Well, I just want to thank Hy-Vee. It's going to be a food sponsor for the Alzheimer's Walk.
Okay.
There is a week also, June 15th to 20th. So that is coming up also.
Next
I looked at
week.
the calendar and went, where we're just going to go purple in June. So it's National Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. So,
excellent.
I'm going to now tell everybody where I live basically, but there is a house on Mulberry. Purple lights all month.
Okay.
So that's for Alzheimer's awareness. Just different things that you can do. Wearing the purple on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Hy-Vee will have some fun purple things with some cookies and donuts or something, and just showing your support that week. Really
That's
turning
fantastic.
things purple. So
I thought you were going to say.
Think about where you can be.
Because you don't live too far from where we're at.
Right.
And you have some characters in the house as well, maybe in a window.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, right.
they are also
and
there.
By the way, yesterday, a giant deer just hanging right out.
Really?
Just not, not on your side, but the other side.
Hanging out with Spider-Man.
We were curving around, coming back into town,
Nice.
and I had my boys, we were coming back from Wilton, and we just passed the movie theater, and this deer was just like,
hey.
and it was right coming up, and I thought, well, I'm not going to hit it because I see it.
Right.
And it got pretty close to the car.
Yeah.
And it was a good size. I don't know my deer sizes, but this thing was humongous, and it looked totally lost.
He was probably thrown off by Elsa
It was
Spider-Man in the window.
Just kind of like, hello there. And I was like, wow, look at that. It's just there's some cornfields and stuff, but he felt out of sorts.
They're over there a lot.
Oh my gosh. I said something that I shouldn't have, and then my 5-year-old was like, holy, and I'm like, don't say that. Well, you just said it. I'm like, I know, but it's look at the size of that deer. We don't see deer like that often. I'm like, don't repeat what I just said. All right, thank you for being here. I appreciate it.
Yes, definitely.
Vision 2020 doing great work in Muscatine. Really, and there it is right there. Go purple in June.
Yeah, hang some purple flowers,
Yes.
Wear purple.
I should
share
get
on social media.
purple lights for the house. Is it hard to find purple lights?
So I'm gonna give away our really fun secret here. We on Amazon got changing light bulbs, and it has a remote.
Whoa!
And you just go to it and
select the color.
Yeah.
Oh my
so
gosh.
Like firefighters night, we had them all red.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
They're
look
really
into that.
cool.
Purple lights.
My kids have had, and they also flash if you want.
gosh.
Yeah, I know. It's a lot of fun.
That's a whole thing. Well, that's great. Well, thank you again for being here. I appreciate it. And if you're watching, please keep in mind that Senior Resources Picnic changing to a drive-through on July 18th.
Yep.
Fireworks tent for MCSA. And the Walk to End Alzheimer's. Keep an eye on things for that. And please keep us updated as well.
Yes, will do.
If anything changes, we can have you back on in a second and talk all about it.
Yeah,
All
definitely.
Right. Let's do the What's in the Box. I don't want to forget. The Toyota Muscatine What's in the Box. Megan will have fun with this. And then I want to read... Let's see here. Oh, look at that. Holly Anderson says, oh my goodness, I have the same Gerber Daisy here at home. Did Chris Anderson pick that out? Chris always picks out the good stuff. All right, Megan. So eyes closed.
Right.
I'll try and keep this as a surprise. So Toyota Muscatine, What's in the Box? You've done this before, right?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead. I've got the doors open, so the folks at home are gonna say. All right. What do you think that is, Megan Francis?
It's a stuffed animal.
Yes, that's good.
I feel,
Now,
gosh, I don't,
do you feel like there's something in it that may indicate who or what it's for? Because I don't even know for sure. I don't expect you to guess the kind of stuffed animal.
Oh, okay.
But do you feel like it might be for a 4-legged friend? That's my guess. It's got to be, right?
Is it like a dog toy?
It's got to be. Is there something else in there too? No. That's it. All right. Look at this.
See, I don't have.
Look at the size of this thing.
I was gonna guess
This
like a
is
flamingo
massive.
or something, but
What is it? Is it a chicken? I think so. Yeah. So this is definitely a dog
Nice.
toy.
All
And this
right.
was giving it away. The wings. This is the kind of
well,
stuff.
that's
that
also
dogs
like
go crazy
infants.
for. Or
I don't have a dog, so
Or infants.
that's like the
Yeah.
crinkle in the
I
sand, right?
understand.
I don't have a dog.
There's no squeaky thing. Oh, there is.
Oh.
There's a squeaker. You don't get a dog.
Right.
My advice, and here's
The
why you don't get a
squeaking.
dog. Our dog just booked it this morning, my
Yeah.
wife said. And like, why do they do that? I don't know, but don't get a dog.
Yeah.
Don't get pressured into getting a dog.
We'll
I
come
have
visit other
become-
people's dogs if we
Yes.
need one.
As I've gotten older, I have become, I'm not anti-dog, but I'm just kind of like more selfish maybe.
Yeah.
And our dog is fine. He's fine. He's a puggle. He's fine. He would totally tear the squeaker out of this thing. Because
Well,
that's
he
what some of them
definitely
do.
needs it. Yeah.
They just tear the squeaker out, and then they're done with the rest of this thing.
Yeah.
And then they chew on the plastic squeaker. That's what they do. So that's what you're missing.
It's sort of like kids in boxes.
Oh, don't get me started on kids
And then
in
your
boxes.
son can just play with this cardboard.
That's
right.
right. Yes, so many things with the cardboard. Right. So they probably make a weapon really
Right.
quick, like a
A shield or a sword.
Yeah. Thank you again for being here. Yeah, you
Yeah.
know what? I was just going to mention that picture. So we went to Wilton yesterday, basically to give my wife a break. The baby was asleep, and Ted wanted to go to the place that sells gummy rats. And I wish that I was making this up. You can see in the kid's hand how much money he cost me at the Candy Kitchen. So a gummy rat. He ate everything but the tail, if you're wondering. Also in his hand, that's hard to see, is a
Hamburger?
the SpongeBob hamburger. But then
Yeah.
behind that, it's a plastic toilet that you dip the sucker
Yes,
in. and
I've
it's
seen
sour.
them, sadly.
So what you'll be happy to know is that the back seat of my car is just covered in plastic cookie or whatever, sour dipping stuff. But my favorite comment is Henry knows that the Candy Kitchen sells ice cream. I'm getting ice cream. And then when they hand the ice cream to Henry, Ted goes, "Oh, they sell ice cream here?" And Lynn Ochiltree, the owner, just starts laughing. And I'm like, yeah, Ted, that's kind of what they're known for. Most people don't come there for a gummy rat. And then as we were leaving, the super nice couple was coming in, and they seemed like they were from out of town. And they're like, "What's your favorite thing about this place?" And Ted's like, "The gummy rat." And I'm like, he likes the gummy rat. And I mean, they sell ice cream. You should know they sell ice cream and malt and sodas. But a gummy
that's hilarious.
rat. So that was, $23 later. There you go. All right, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. We're catching Wayne in the background. Look at that. Wayne from 7G in the house. I like it. All right, CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. Thank you again, Megan Francis. Look at that shot. That looks beautiful. Don't forget Hy-Vee Floral Shop, open for business. Hy-Vee Floral, getting you taken care of. Contactless deliveries. They can do all sorts of stuff to brighten someone's day. And it's just great. You know, they're really doing a good job. And they have so many cool things like Gerber daisies, right? I'm going to mention this before we talk to our friend Chris Anderson and we do some art on the show. Today, June 8th, is National Best Friends Day. It is Upsy Daisy Day, hence the daisies, right? And it is Name Your Poison Day. So, in honor of Name Your Poison Day, we can show you a fire Rita, which is something you could make with the help of wine and spirits. So a fire Rita. Here's all the ingredients right here. Fireball whiskey, orange liqueur, premium tequila, and fresh margarita mix. And you can have yourself a fire Rita. Look at that. Isn't that cool? It looks good, right? That's fun. We've got all the ingredients right here. Okay. All right, our friend Chris Anderson is here, local artist, and he's putting a glove on for some reason. I'm not sure why. We're going to do art on the show, though, which I'm very excited about. So it's good to have you here, Chris. So the glove, do I need to put a glove on?
We're going to use a little bit of lead.
Okay.
I got a good glove, too.
Thank you, sir. All right, Chris Anderson, local artist. Asked him, because and I hope y'all on Facebook search and like Chris Anderson artist. posting a whole bunch of stuff this weekend, which was awesome. And we should also mention it is your daughter's birthday
Yes.
today.
Happy birthday, Kira. She turned 12 today.
Wow. 12. What's a 12-year-old daughter like? I'm not ready, am I?
I don't know. I don't think
Happy
anybody's ever
birthday.
ready.
I was
Yes.
going to say, happy birthday to you. That's awesome. All right, so what are we doing?
So yeah, I was thinking that we're going to do something simple with pencil that gives us an effect that anybody can do.
Sure.
Here's an example.
Yeah.
So first off, what I'm going to do is give you a blank piece of paper.
I like how you said it's simple and it's like a
Yeah.
super cool lance. You think I can do something
Yes,
like that?
you are actually going to do very well at this.
Okay.
Anybody can. That's why I'm trying to just share how anybody can really make good art. So this is going to be our napkins. We're going to use those to smear our pencil lead.
Okay.
Let me get a piece of paper out too.
I feel like I like pencil, but you're saying that this is something folks at home could do. I hope that we get to the point where there's like Chris Anderson teaching you how to do cool art a couple times a month.
That'd be great.
'Cause
There's
this
so many
guy
different
is
kinds of
awesome.
ways to do different art.
Yeah.
Today's a real simple way. So all we're going to do is take a pencil.
Okay.
First thing we're going to do is grab a piece of paper
Okay.
and we're going to rip
paper.
it.
We're gonna
We're
rip
going to
it.
rip it right down there. We're going to just tear it
Okay.
and just rip it however you'd like to do it. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. It's going to end up having a nice edge like that. Okay?
Perfect.
Now we're going to take our pencil.
All right.
And we're going to start to scribble right on the edge of that rip.
So right up here.
Yep.
Okay.
And just get it as dark as we can on that rip.
There's something just relaxing about doing this too, by the way.
It's very therapeutic. It feels awesome.
Do I need to go darker? How am I
That looks
doing
pretty
so
good.
far?
Pretty good.
Okay.
Yep. Try to keep it off the other page. We'll have to flip it over. It's okay. It's okay. So
I'm
once we got
already
that,
struggling,
No, you got
everybody.
it.
Okay, here we go. All right. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
okay. So what I'm going to do is take it
Okay.
and put it on top of my page like that.
Okay.
Here, we'll flip it over.
Get a clean
Yep.
page. All right, look at that.
And then wherever we want, we're going to take our napkin
okay.
and we're just going to kind of ball it up a little bit
All right.
and just kind of press down on the edge of this rip that we did and kind of just pull that pencil lead down.
Interesting. Okay, so let me see. So I'm pulling the lead down
Yeah.
on this page.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what's happening.
Yeah, you're getting mountains.
Kind of cool. I'm getting mountains, everybody. Look at that. Oh, that is super cool. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up for this camera so they can see. Look at that right there. We're getting mountains. Holy moly. Okay.
Very realistic mountains.
Wow.
So
Yeah, man.
the next thing we want to do maybe
Sure.
is it's up to you, whatever you want your landscape
Well,
to be.
you guide me. Yeah.
What I'd like to do maybe is I'm going to take my same page and I'm going to kind of, you notice on this one how there's an edge of a lake or a river?
Yes.
So I'm going to do the same thing here. But this time, instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my lead in. So that
Okay.
way I give it lines that kind of give us the idea
gonna
that there's
go-
a water.
Ooh, I like that. I'm just going a little darker
Okay.
on mine so I have more lead to pull from. I see
Yeah.
why you did that now.
Yeah.
This is absolutely fantastic. If you're just tuning in, local artist Chris Anderson. We're doing some live art on the show. I think this is only the second time we've ever done this. All right, so now I'm going to pull in. Where did you say? Just pull in?
Yeah, see how I got my line? And then I pulled in to make it look like maybe there's water ripples or
So
something?
just kind of like down here and then
yeah.
go across?
Yep. And make
Okay.
sure you press firm on your paper and pull.
Pull it in.
Yep.
Okay. So here we go. Just like that. And pull in.
Yep.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Who would have thought you could do art with some paper, a pencil, and napkins?
That's right.
Wow. Okay. And
Wow,
then-
nice. So as you can see, you got a nice shoreline.
Sure.
What I'm going to do with my pencil now is I'm just going to take it and I'm going to connect that line and kind of bring it up and make me a bank.
So
maybe
for
a
this, would I
riverbank.
go across
Yeah.
here? Okay.
And then I
like
mean,
that?
you know, use your imagination. You can start to draw trees. You could, you know, do your bank however you'd like, or it could
Sure.
be whatever you want it to be. You could also use the edge of your pencil and maybe do some bushes or shade it in, make it look like there's different things, or
Okay.
even go back to your paper
Sure.
and blend it that way again. You
Pull
know,
some more
yeah.
in.
And that you can use your finger too. You don't
Oh,
necessarily have to use
that's
the
sweet.
thing.
I was gonna say, yeah, and then like you have, so you
So yeah, this is a pre-cut little
at that.
template. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to darken it in all the way
Okay.
around here, and I just cut this out with scissors.
sure.
And this is going to give us maybe if we put it up here behind the mountains, and I'll let you use this next.
Sure.
And if we just kind of pull out from that point,
This is so fascinating to watch happen live. Look at that.
Maybe we'll have like a sun.
my
coming out,
gosh.
you know? Here, try it.
Yes, I'm in. All right, so I'm just gonna put it kind of right there, and it'll give the illusion like the sun is
Coming out,
peeking
yeah.
over the mountains.
And here's the best part, I think. What we've done so far is we've gotten our mountain scene
Okay.
and our sun and our riverbank.
Oh my
Now what we
gosh.
can do is if we take our paper that we just used to pull it with,
Yeah.
and we kind of line it up where it used to be,
Okay.
okay? Now, if we were to flip that over,
Okay.
okay?
Right.
Here, put a piece of paper under you real quick, and we're gonna darken in that line now. Same
So we're
thing.
gonna darken it
Yep.
across the top here.
Yep.
All right. Everybody watching's thinking there's no way Tony's art is going to turn out to be decent, and
It-
we might surprise ourselves, friends.
Yes,
it
it
could
will
happen.
look awesome. What we're going to
love
do now
this.
is we're going to make a reflection in the water.
Oh my gosh.
Of the mountaintop.
Okay. All right.
Very simply too.
Okay. I'm with you. What do
So,
we have to
so
do?
like we did, we had it matched up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to flip the page and we're going to match it up on the water. Okay.
Okay.
And then when we do that, we're going to press firmly and we're going to pull it back into the water. And you'll notice naturally, since the paper matches the mountaintop, you're going to have a reflection line in that water that looks like you know what you're doing. You know? And
I
it's,
like how you put it like that.
well, it's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
You know,
That
and
is
you can make
super
some really
cool.
cool effects that way.
Yeah. I mean, listen, that's about 1,000,000 times better than I thought I could do.
Here, let's
And
get
then
our riverbank
Now we're
on
going
there.
on the bottom.
Yep.
So we're taking the same sheet.
What I'm going to try to do is maybe line it up there, and now
Okay.
I'm going to pull down on that water edge maybe and get us a...
So, Chris, is this something that you had learned how to do, or where
Yeah.
did this idea come from? Because
Well, I have to give credit,
I feel like
I
this
think-
is something that people could do, you know, that are trying to figure out things to do at home with their kids.
Yes.
You know.
And it's a great way to come up with something that you wouldn't expect, because you never know how it's going to turn out. You know, like when I started this picture, I didn't know that there'd be trees there or birds there or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. And it's just a create, yeah.
Let me show this to this camera right here, maybe. Look at that. That's Chris's. Check out how cool that is. Wow, look at those birds. I mean, that's unbelievable. Right? And then, okay, so which one do I need? So I had that. Do I need to come down? Is that
Yeah,
what you're
if
saying?
you line up your water line, like if that's your riverbank
Okay.
maybe.
Come down.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
And it doesn't seem like this is necessary, but ever since I was young, I've always liked to go ahead and take a straight edge on paper,
Okay.
and I'm going to go up here to the top edge corners of my drawing, and I'm going to kind of try to line it up. Here, I'm going to show this out. And I'm going to kind of frame up my picture by
Okay.
pulling in some colors around the edges. And when I do that, it really adds a lot of value to the edge of the picture.
Super cool. I get exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
So you're literally just framing it up.
Yes.
So like
Yep.
if I came, you think right there is good for me?
Yep. You
Okay.
just want to kind of make sure you got them straight, and that way that they're not, you know, it looks like a frame that's square.
Sure. Mine's maybe not entirely
It's okay.
perfect, but I'm happy with it so far. So this is awesome.
And this is just one way of doing, there's endless ways of doing art to get effects, you know.
Look at what this guy just did. He just did this sitting here, right? So there's Chris's, and then here's where I'm at right now. Close-ish.
Very good. Look at that. That looks
Wow.
cool.
I don't get it. It's just so quick how you can take something and turn it, you know, nothing into something.
That's right.
That's absolutely fantastic. So,
So, I mean, we could sit here all day and just make this nicer and nicer,
Yeah.
go in with details and then layer it, you know, all just with pencil, paper, and imagination, you
And
know.
that's-
And after we had this, let's say that we wanted to paint on top.
sure.
That's the same process. Now we got our composition down. This may be a great way for somebody that doesn't know what they want to draw
Sure.
to maybe come up with something and
Yeah.
then get ideas.
And then from here, like you said, you could just paint right over it.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Or color.
super fun. So what do you think I should do? What's like the last couple of steps?
Well, yours looks like to me like a sunset on the ocean or something.
Yes,
right
it
now.
does.
You know, don't
I
it? Maybe.
feel ya.
I really like these seagulls I added in there. They're pretty simple. They're just a dot with a couple little wings coming off.
So like right here,
Yeah.
a dot, and then like that. Oh
Yeah.
no, I don't know about that.
You can, there it is.
What do you guys think about that seagull right there? I don't know. Little suspect.
Very good.
Maybe from a distance it looks better. My moon also, or my sun also looks massive. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Size-wise, you think?
Yep. It looks good.
So
And
for
you know, this is your first try. If you were to do this again, imagine every time that you do it, you're going to get better and better. You're going to learn
Sure.
different techniques,
Yeah.
what worked for you and what didn't work for you, you know, to get the effects that you'd like to have. And that's a part of the process.
So on last Friday's show, you had some postcards and some different prints of some of the buildings that you've done downtown. When you had started those, did that start? I mean, it has a sketch, and then
Yep.
you take it to the
Yes.
scale of the
Actually,
side of
as
the
a matter of
building?
fact, yeah, I had very similar, really rough drawings done
Sure.
that I would originally bring as proposals to show people and get
Wow.
them the ideas.
Yeah.
I have those pictures on my wall at home because I enjoy them so much, and
That's
they're like
super
totally
cool.
not very good.
Sure.
You know, but to me they're
that's
very
where
good.
You started,
Yes.
and then you took it to the side of a building. Wow.
Yep, and that's how something small can grow into something extra big. You know.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, to be able to have something like this, because there's somebody out there that could be like, you know what, could you paint that and then get it on a canvas to put it in somebody's house? Like, yes, you could do that.
Yes.
Right? Or just as a...
They could probably paint it themselves, honestly, like if they only knew, you know. That's why I hope that maybe just today some people out there picked up a couple
Yeah.
techniques on just ripping paper and
Who would have thought? I had
know?
no idea. When you said tear the paper, I'm like, we're tearing the canvas? What's happening here? But look at that, what it can do in just a couple of minutes. It's absolutely, it's absolutely great. So do you prefer... I mean, because obviously people can see, and on your Facebook page, they can see examples of these giant works of art, these paintings, but you also seem to enjoy doing stuff with pencil, right? With lead.
yeah. Oh yeah, that's my go-to. I've always started with pencil drawing, and I enjoy all mediums of art. I feel like there's a lot to be appreciated about every level of art. You know, something this small,
Yeah.
you know, with tearing paper is important, and it's the effects are truly remarkable. I mean, to me, it looks like you got like fog in front of your sun, you know?
Yeah, and I didn't even know what I was doing.
See what I
was
mean?
just following what you were saying, and yeah, it's fun to be able to do that. We were just looking at the Facebook page, and one of the pictures we had just seen, I think that was something that you'd done in someone's house,
Yeah,
right?
yep.
So I know that I've said that before, but like seriously, y'all, if you're watching and you're interested, reach out to Chris, because you could transform your home. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. That seems really high up, that ceiling.
Yeah, it's awesome. It looks really cool.
And how long did something like that take?
Altogether, just a few weeks of planning and
Yeah.
prep. Most of it's the prep.
That's super cool. Emily on Facebook says that's a professional seagull. I don't know about that, Emily.
I agree.
Appreciate,
It looks
I
good.
appreciate the encouragement. But that's what I think is so fun about this exercise, is to show people that whether it is the side of a building in downtown Muscatine, holy moly, look at that picture. Wow. You're telling me and the folks at home, Chris, that starts as pencil and paper.
Yes, it does.
And
Absolutely.
then it goes, holy
Well, actually, it
moly.
starts as just a thought,
Yeah.
just a little dream, you know, just
Yeah.
an idea.
And now it's on the side of a building.
That's right.
Do you ever like look at those and go, I want to go touch something up? I mean, does that...
Every day.
Every day?
Every day, every single time I see one, I just think to myself, okay,
Oh,
well, I
it's
could add
so fun, yeah.
actually, I was thinking about
Yeah.
maybe today going down there and adding a little bit to that, maybe putting like
Really?
a peace dove on it or something.
Okay. That's super cool. Yeah, I was going to ask about that because I think, obviously you're an artist, and I don't want to say a perfectionist, but you can certainly look at your own stuff and go, like what the clamor, right? I mean, making that decision to go in that prominent gold, it totally pops.
Yeah,
My goodness,
definitely.
if you haven't seen it, that's absolutely fantastic. Okay, and then the postcards and prints, people are interested, reach out on Facebook. But then you did say that they may be at the Merrill. Is that right?
Well, I
Working
just was
on that?
talking. Yeah, I was talking
Okay.
with them about some stuff. It's
Yeah.
not all the way yet or anything,
Okay.
but
Well, they should. I mean, they
I know
should.
some prints are available at the Pearl Button Museum.
Oh, excellent. Okay, and that is reopened, by the way, just
Mm-hmm.
as like last week, I think. So that's a really fun exercise to be able to do. And I hope that for people who are watching, again, reach out to Chris, follow his Facebook page, because it would be awesome to be able to say Chris Anderson is going to be doing something like this, in a space. Maybe it's like the library. You know what I mean? Like art class with you would be worth.
I would love that. I have so much to share with people that I get tired of hearing everybody tell me, I'm so great at art. I can't draw. I wish I could draw. And I'm just thinking, you can. I mean, obviously you can.
Yeah. Again, I had no idea what we were going to do. I just said, let's do some live art. And that was just in a couple of minutes to be able to knock something like that out. But I just love, and you talk about it being therapeutic. And of course, when you look at this finished product, let me just show these folks again right here. Look at that. That's where the imagination's coming into play. That's Chris just having fun, right? And you can definitely draw on inspiration from where you're at, right? Yep. Like, just cruising through Wilton yesterday, where they have that Freedom Rock, Muscatine County Freedom Rock. They've got that cool train station in the depot. Maybe you sketch that, or if you're in the riverfront downtown Muscatine, certainly there's a lot of things to draw. You
could even cut your edges if you wanted to and make your, shapes like we did that circle. You know.
That's a really cool idea. Wow, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much
Thanks
for doing
having
this.
me.
Chris Anderson, local artist. Look at that. Not too shabby for a first-timer, right? I'm very happy with how that came out. And Emily says professional seagulls. I don't know if I agree. I don't know if that's a professional seagull, but let me go right there. There we go. I had a friend added to it. So, yeah.
Excellent.
It's the professional seagulls. Growing up in the Chicago area, those seagulls, they have no fear. They'll come right down and take food out of your hand. You know what I mean? I don't know if we have those in Muscatine, but I appreciate you. And thanks for stopping by and doing this. And, again, learn about Chris Anderson on Facebook, Chris Anderson Artist. And if you can pick up one of those prints, they're super cool. And the postcard idea is really smart, to be able to have that as something to give people from Muscatine.
I think so, too.
Keep it up, man. I have the pearl button that says Tony Tone on my bar in my basement.
Nice.
And it's awesome. That is another super cool thing. All right, CBI Bank and Trust ILCAM, let's check that out. Maybe this, I could talk Matt Schweitzer into having, I feel like there's so much space in this restaurant. Like right up there, I'm telling you, it's just asking for something to be painted on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of open space in here. I'm not saying I would do it. I would defer to Chris on this for sure. Although those are professional seagulls after all. Matt, listen, we could have some professional seagulls in here. Think about it. No, we would let Chris do that. All right, let's go CBI Bank and Trust ILCAM. Looking good out there. Oh, look at the flowers. Look at the balloons in the background, right? The emoji balloons are so fun to see. Make your day that much brighter. And the Venus flytrap plants, very popular. We talked about those on the show the other day, and a lot of people enjoyed them. So other ways you can brighten someone's day, like Chris mentioned, it's his daughter's birthday. We continue to have these fun cards. I don't know which one to show you. They're all so good. I think I'm going to start with this cat one. This is great, right? Hallmark. Shout out to Hallmark for creating something like this. All right, watch this. So you press it up here and check this out. Like, I don't even, and I know there's a glare because, let me take the plastic off. I don't even like cats, but I think this is hilarious. Can I take it off without opening it? Maybe I can't. Well, anyways, it's a cat that looks like Godzilla. Look at that. One more time. Give it a press. Right? Like, who thinks of that in a meeting? And they're like, you know what, Phil, that's a good idea. And then they go, hey, Steve, you got anything? And he's like, well, I got an idea. What if we take the chicken dance? You're going to get a raise, Johnson. That's pretty good. Right? Nobody would not... There is no one that wouldn't appreciate that. Or then, of course, right here, the bananas, because you got to have your produce, right? Doing Deo, which is, again, copyright, the Banana Boat song. Who has it? BMG, performed by Harry Belafonte. Originally recorded in 1955, and now it's Dancing Bananas on a Card. So those are absolutely great, right? Oh, and then this one, I'm just reading this now. Oh, this is fantastic. Check out this card right here. So again, aisle 10 is where you'll find all those. Sometimes I'll think about something you said and I'll laugh. And then the other people choosing tomatoes at the grocery store will wonder, what's so funny about that tomato? And you open it up. You're good for me. Yes. Isn't that great? That is a fantastic card. Aisle 10. But the chicken dance, accordion playing chicken. Come on. You need this. What are you doing? It's only $8.99. Listen, if you think $8.99 is a lot, on the back it says it's $11.79 in Canada. So be happy that you're in the States. You're only paying $8.99. Canadians got to pay darn near $12, eh, for this accordion playing chicken. Oh my gosh. That will absolutely make someone's day that much better. Aisle 10. Here at the store is where you're going to find that. It's like a treasure trove of cards. For every occasion, literally, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Do they have a greeting card that says, Tony, stick to your day job, but good attempt? That could be a card. That could be a whole line of cards, right? That is fun. I will try anything. And making art like that is just great. Okay, so we're going to mention a couple of things that we're going to get out of here. The local ad that is starts today. You'll see it in print tomorrow, but it's also going to go up on social media shortly. This is at both stores, and it's great. I love seasoned pork chops. You know why? Because I like the Fat Boy seasoning. That's the name of a thing there's containers of seasoning on top of the meat department case. And the one that we use for our seasoned pork chops that you can buy 8 for $10 is the Fat Boys Rub. Fat Boys Rub. It's great on everything. But there you go. Ballpark hot dogs, just a staple, right? Can't go wrong with a hot dog. Hy-Vee purified drinking water. Sturzing's potato chips, 2 for $5 is an awesome price on that. Yellow onions in the ad. How about a pail of ice cream? Definitely seems like on a day like this where it's going to be in the 90s. Get yourself some ice cream. Powerade 8 packs, 2 for $7 on the Powerade. That's a fantastic deal. Hy-Vee bagels, Twizzlers, hand sanitizer, premium hanging baskets, and then at the bottom some wine and spirits items. All of that ready to go. And yeah, it's not too early to talk about flu shots, by the way. It's really not. Flu and shingle shots available, right? So if you are over 50 years old and maybe you had the first shingle shot, you need to know that it is a series of 2. So you get the first shingle shot and then you got to get the second one. We've got shingle shots for you. So please hear that and come and see us. And then if you want to come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner in the Market Grill Express here where we're doing the show, or at the Main Street Grill downtown, there's an awesome fuel saver you saw right there. So if you love saving money on gas and having breakfast, lunch, or dinner, spend $15, 15-cent fuel saver, $30, 30 cents. And curbside to go still available if you are trying to social distance and not come in. We can get you taken care of. That is just great. Aisles Online. So download the app. I'm going to my Aisles Online app right now just to show y'all that I mean it. Same day ordering is available. I'm going to pull up my test cart. You saw that I had ice cream and steak in my test cart, and I still do because I keep it there for this purpose. So I'm going to pick up. I'm selecting this store, and you'll be able to see right here their same day availability. Okay? So we're doing the show. It's 9:30 on the nose. If I ordered by 10 a.m. and I wanted it between 12 and 1 or 1 and 2, it would cost me $9.95 because it'd be considered an express order. Or if I'm patient, I could order between, by 10 a.m. and pick it up between 2 and 3. So there you go. Same day capabilities with Aisles Online. And that's exciting. The other exciting thing is, I believe starting this week, we are going to New Boston, Illinois. So a lot of folks have been asking for this for quite a while, several months. And if you're in the New Boston area, you would go to Hy-Vee.com/grocery or the Aisles Online app. And when you get ready to complete your order, you would look for the New Boston pickup. So that's the plan, to do that on Wednesdays. Because as of right now, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we go to Wapello and we meet folks in Wapello with their stuff. And then on Wednesdays, we would start going to New Boston. So that's brand new, and keep that in mind. If you or someone you know is in the area, we'll get you taken care of with that. DSW, shoes and sandals at the store while supplies last. We do not have a shoe store in the back, right? Like, this is it. So everything that is out on the floor near the bank, near CBI in the store, is while it lasts. So even just looking at those pictures, I can't guarantee you that I've got 12 varieties of that particular sandal, right? I may not, right? I may not have it. But what I can tell you is you got to come into the store and check it out. So 50% off men's, women's, children's shoes, sandals. If it's there, whatever the price on the box is, cut it in half. That's how we're doing it. But also keep in mind, it won't be here forever. So once they're gone, they're gone. That's it. I don't know if we'll have them back. I don't know, right? So if you're interested, please come into the store. And yes, you can try them on. We've got like those little sock things, right? And some seating available to do that. 50% off. They also have like some really cool 50% off balloons I saw. So you can't miss it. I mean, it's literally across from the CBI Superbank, and they're going to get you taken care of with that. And shout out to Brent Coolers, doing an excellent job with all of that. I'm just going to mention briefly, National Corn on the Cob Day is Thursday. So definitely pick up some Shortcuts corn, and we'll show you some of that tomorrow from the produce department. Brian Mueller and his team have done an outstanding job throughout this entire pandemic, and they're still incredibly busy with produce, and National Corn on the Cob Day is Thursday. Of course, we're getting ready for homegrown season as well, and homegrown produce will be at this store, so just keep an eye out for that. More than likely, we'll see that in July is the plan. This Friday and Saturday, there is a 2-day fuel saver. So if you've noticed, the price of gas has crept up, certainly. I mean, we had some record lows for gas, right? So if you're like me and you enjoy not having to pay full price at the pump, this Friday and Saturday at the store, with every $50 you spend, we're going to put 25 cents on the fuel saver. I think I currently have 35 cents on my fuel saver. I'm going to check it really quick. And by the way, if you don't have the Hy-Vee app on your phone, so there's the Aisles Online app, and there's also just a Hy-Vee app. Yeah, I have 35 cents on the fuel saver. So what can you do to not have to pay full price at the pump? Get a fuel saver card. They're free. Doesn't cost anything to get signed up. It just takes a minute. You can use it online. You can use it in store, and then don't pay full price at the pump. I don't, when I hear people say that they don't have a fuel saver, I don't get it, because if you're here and you're shopping, some people would say, well, I go to a different gas station. I get it. But again, if you're leaving money on the table, quite honestly, I don't know how else to tell you. Like, just think about the 35 cents that I have. That would be like me saying, like, oh, I don't want to go use that. I don't know what the price of gas is right now, but just do the math. I mean, you save money, right? So if you don't have a card, get signed up. It just makes sense. And you're going to, like I said, don't leave money on the table. Sometimes you hear people that say they don't have a fuel saver, and then we'll say to them, well, you could have saved 50 cents today or 60 cents. Like, it's just, unless you're driving a Tesla, right? Or a hybrid, like and good for you if you are. If you got like a Toyota Prius, that's fantastic. If not, putting gas in the car, right? So you need it, is what I'm saying. Or if you're just, on a bike, then you're fine too, I guess. Or Fred Flintstone car, where you have just your feet is your power. Or if you're riding a horse, you're okay. So there's a couple of examples where you're okay. But 9 times out of 10, you need gas, all right? And this also works, by the way, I cut my grass yesterday, as I mentioned. Guess what my lawnmower runs on? Gasoline. Guess what I'm almost out of? Gasoline at the house. Nothing that is more of a pain in the butt than when you go to mow grass and you're out of gas. All right, last but not least, food court deals for June. We'll mention this because it's Monday. So today, you could do $3.99 salad bar. So they're still doing salad bar out of the kitchen case, so keep that in mind. BOGO lunch on the Market Grill Express menu. Isn't that exciting? Buy one, get one free. $4 9-inch subs made to order at the sandwich shop, or The $3.99 hot turkey sandwich, all of those options, fantastic. And our food service team is ready to take good care of you. I'm looking to see if I missed anything. We've got some fun kind of toys over here. You know, the stuff in this store might surprise you. Fortnite is becoming more popular in my house. I don't even know what this is, but here you go. Here's Fortnite. This is probably near the dairy, is that right? Yep, in the GM aisle. So here's a couple Fortnite guys. Apparently there's 100 figures to connect. So my boys are starting to dabble in a little Fortnite. Again, I have no context for this, who these characters are, what they do. Never played it, right? But I know that we've got Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch that is now working. Thank goodness. And then this is a, does that say Pooparoos? Okay. Oh, I see what it does, Brad. You're going to have to zoom in, like right here. Come in tight on that. So the toy, you feed it stuff, and then you can see what happens right here. So this is something. Now, listen, this is something that's for sale in the store. All right? We're not making this up. This is a tangible product. Why does it have a window on the back? Like, what am I supposed to check out there? Pooparoos, everybody. Yep. Mm-hmm. So this is one of those things like you're in the store and your kid grabs it and you don't really look at it. And this one, if anything, is almost open. I'm half tempted to show you how this works, but I think we'll just leave it at that. It is a Pooparoo, and it's here at the store, along with hundreds of other items. That's fantastic. All right. Did you know what it was when you grabbed it? Yeah? Not exactly. Okay. I saw the name. Chris said he saw the name, and he knew if anybody could appreciate something called Pooparoo, it's me. That's fantastic. All right. With that being said, we're going to get out of here. Thank you to our guests today, Megan Francis with Vision 2020, for being here. Always great to get an update from Megan, and our very own Chris Anderson, local artist. You saw what this guy did. So let me just show you. So this was kind of like the example. Brad will use the good cam over there to show you this. This is what Chris had done ahead of the show with just a piece of paper and a pencil. Look at that, right? And then here's what Chris did during the show. If you missed it, you can rewatch it. Okay, and then here is what I tried to do. And I'm happy with that, and it's fun to do. And I can't believe this guy. Just his approach is excellent. You can see Chris's work literally in downtown Muscatine on the sides of several buildings. And go to the National Pearl Button History Museum. What's it called? National Pearl Museum, and pick up some of his prints and postcards. It's absolutely great. Just it's beautiful to see. And it is Upsy Daisy Day, right? So here you go, a little Upsy Daisy action for you. We all need things to make us feel better, and maybe it's a little plant like that, a little art, a little plant, and then if not, then it's just a giant, handle of Fireball, make you feel better, right? I mean, that's pretty, that'll do the trick too, in moderation, of course. All right. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Fireball. I like it just fine, but it's just, man, people still love it. They're going crazy for Fireball. It's not for me, but you can mix it with a whole bunch of other stuff, as we showed you. Okay, we'll be here tomorrow live at 8:30. That's the plan. And a tropical storm. Have you looked at the weather? Have you looked at the app on your phone to see that it says tropical? I'm not making this up. I'm going to my AccuWeather app on my phone right now. I'm going to the daily forecast. Look at this. Look at what it says on my app. Okay? So today, sunny and 90. Tomorrow, tropical rainstorm Cristobal. What is that? And look at the forecast on Wednesday. So 20-degree swing from Monday to Wednesday. Can you say Iowa weather? But what is the tropical rainstorm? Periods of heavy rain, some periods of rain, some heavy from tropical rainstorm Cristobal. Watch for flooding. They're calling for an inch of rain in the morning and wind. So that's wild. Tropical storm impacting Iowa just doesn't happen that often. Nor does it go from it does that often. I guess it does go from 90 to 70, but isn't that wild? All right, so we'll keep an eye out. Maybe we'll have some fun weather while the show's happening tomorrow. I don't know, but just, that doesn't happen where it says tropical storm on your weather app in Iowa. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Lutheran Living Senior Campus. And if you've watched this show, we appreciate you checking it out live at 8:30 and on MPW cable weeknights. All right, so we'll see you soon. Have a good rest of your day or a good evening. And just know if you need any pooparoos. Are there a lot of them back there? There's quite a few. There's too many pooparoos, some would say. Please come and buy these for your kids. And again, remember that places like the Wilton Candy Kitchen also sell ice cream and gummy rats. So if you have a 5-year-old like I do, gummy rats. And you know who would love this? My 5-year-old, Ted, would love a pooparoo. But I dare not bring it home because the dog would eat all of these little things that the pooparoos apparently eat, and then you can see what happens. All right, we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.
You're watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.